Hey guys, Eric here from Milestone Mom, and welcome. I just wrapped up seeing my kiddos for the day, and so I thought I would hop in here and work on a video for you guys. There's been something weighing on my mind a little bit, and I want to talk about it today. So, how do you really know if your baby is on track with their development? And how do you know if their milestones are right on schedule, if they're maybe a little bit delayed, or what if they're ahead of the game? How do you know all of this? But most importantly, what do you do if something feels off? When your mama senses are going off? Is it bad if they're not talking yet? Am I overthinking this or missing something important? Well, I'm hoping that this video will help you in this area in a way that is honest, practical, and will also give you peace of mind, while also helping you know exactly what to do if there is a concern. So if you have any questions with what I'm going over today, feel free to put your questions in the description below. Okay, but I want you to stick with me because what I'm about to share might actually surprise you, and it's not really what most parents think. So answering all those questions that we just went over, shouldn't my child be walking by now? Shouldn't they be talking by now? Am I overthinking this? Am I missing something? My answer to that is, it depends. And I know that this is not an answer that you want to hear, but there really is no magic date on the calendar when your baby should suddenly start sitting up or start babbling. And I talk about this a lot because we do have developmental windows, or we call them milestone markers, but these are ranges and not deadlines. And I cannot stress that enough. So my answer is, it really depends on your child's unique pace. It depends on their temperament. It even depends on how much of an opportunity they're given to practice those skills in everyday play. And yes, I have been in homes where little ones have been in bouncy seats for 2 hours, where they've been in pack and plays and not really had that opportunity to organically be on the floor, exploring it, using those muscles, especially those neck and core muscles that they need for sitting and crawling, pulling to stand, and eventually walking. So the truth is, growth isn't linear. So you might feel like nothing is happening, and then one week, your baby starts rolling, babbling, grabbing onto their toes like they've been training for the baby Olympics. So don't panic if they're not doing everything exactly like your neighbor's baby does. It's that comparison game. And the next question I get asked often is, are they late? Instead of obsessing over this question, are they late? Are they late walking? Are they late talking? I want you to ask yourself something. And this is going to probably be a little bit controversial as I get into this, but I want you to ask yourself something. And remember, there is no judgment here. What are you tolerating in your daily routine that might hold back your baby's development? Okay, I want you to really think about this. And I'm not saying your baby's delayed. Like I previously mentioned, are they spending most of their awake time in a swing, a bouncer, a car seat, instead of getting that crucial floor time? Are we so busy with life that you haven't even given them time to explore, reach, and experiment with different types of movement? You ready for this one? I want you to ask yourself, am I relying on screen time instead of interactive play because it's easier? Now remember, this is a judgment-free zone here. It always will be. Parenting can be just darn right hard, especially when we're busy and we're trying to keep up with everything. But really being honest with ourselves is the first step to supporting our child's progress. The more opportunities your baby has to practice skills in real life, the more likely they are to master them in a healthy time frame. And remember, like I said, this is judgment-free. I go into houses all the time where kids are on iPads for hours a day, or mama's busy and the baby's in the pack and play for a few hours. I get it. I'm in your homes. I'm seeing it. I know. So just ask yourselves those questions, which leads me to my next point. I want you to shift your identity. So nothing really changes until you do. That's the cold, hard facts in your life and in my life. So if you see yourself just surviving these baby days, you might miss key chances to actually help your child grow. So what if you shifted into the identity of the parent who is actively building their child's foundation, which I know that is what you want at the forefront. Sometimes we just don't know how to get there. And I think this is where a lot of parents struggle. Listen to what I'm getting ready to say. That does not mean that you just hope that milestones happen. I will tell you that milestones typically happen organically. That is true. But you set up your environment and activities that encourage and strengthen those milestones that are in process. Now, I'm not talking about turning your living room into a baby boot camp, although you can definitely do that. I'm talking about simple daily intentional play, which could mean more tummy time in short bursts, talking to your baby while you do chores, offering safe objects to reach for and explore and mouth those items. When you see yourself as a developmental guide instead of just a bystander, your actions change and so do your baby's results. I tell parents all the time, yes, you may have a developmental therapist, an occupational therapist, and a speech therapist coming into your home to assess your child, but you are your child's expert. First and foremost, there is no one that knows your child the way you do. So you are the expert. We are the navigators, which is why the Milestone Mom Academy is so important. If you do want some help with understanding milestones, pinpointing delays, understanding what to do if delays are spotted in your baby or toddler, ages birth to 36 months, there is a link in the description below if you want to join the Academy. I would love to see you on the inside. Okay, so when we're asking ourselves these questions, are they behind? Am I doing enough? Mindset is not always enough. You need to pair that mindset with skill and knowledge. So I want you to ask yourself, what do I actually need to learn or practice to help my baby or toddler succeed? Maybe you need to learn the right way to encourage rolling. Maybe you need tips on how to get more language exposure into daily routines. Or maybe you just need to know what real red flags look like so you're not worried about things that aren't actually problems. Inside the Academy, I teach about prematurity and how to adjust for it and look for milestones when it pertains to prematurity. We have to know what we're looking for first so we can see where our child came from, what they're doing, and where they're getting ready to go. And I also know that Googling videos and information on the internet nowadays can sometimes be so overwhelming and you get conflicting advice. So I get it. That's why I want to be the anchor for you in the Academy. I'm sure you're doing all of the things. You've probably talked to your pediatrician about certain milestones that maybe you are questioning and you're being met with, oh, let's just wait it out. Or I'm sure you've done the Google searches, like I said. You've watched videos, you're reading books, you're doing all of the things. But unless you are an expert in child development, then it's really hard to see how all of these pieces fit together. But I will tell you that the more you know, the more confident you will be supporting your little one. And that is absolutely priceless. Because when you go into the pediatrician's office and you're like, I think they should be saying more words than they are by now. And they're like, oh, let's just wait 6 months and we'll wait it out. You know, like, no, let's contact the early intervention program and get this referral going. I at least want my child checked out. And I'm going to say it again. You as a parent can refer to the early intervention program. There's always a link in the description below if you want to look up the early intervention in your state, which is birth to 36 months. Because if you really think that your child possibly has a delay or your spidey sensors are going off, I don't like the let's wait and see approach, or they'll grow out of it, or maybe they'll catch up. Early intervention is key, and getting to those kiddos sooner than later is crucial because you actually might be delaying their progress. And yes, some things resolve naturally. Your child does grow and develop naturally and organically, and specific milestones happen on their own. But if your gut is saying something is off, or if you notice your baby hasn't gained a new skill in a couple of months, reach out to your pediatrician, reach out to the early intervention program to get that evaluation. Join the Milestone Mom Academy. I actually teach you how to test your child in there so you can see if they are developing typically. You will also leave the academy with so many different activities that you can try to support that milestone that maybe is a little bit delayed. I promise you, the earlier you take action, the better the results will be, and the less stressful the process will be. And if you want to know more about the early intervention program, I do actually have videos on my YouTube channel. Just search for early intervention in the search bar, and also we talk about it in the academy. So sometimes you'll try something new and nothing happens right away. You'll actually spend weeks giving your baby more fuller time and think, why are they still not rolling over? That's when most parents give up or assume it's not working. But here's the thing, development takes repetition. Your child's brain is wiring new connections every single time they try, even if you can't see it yet. So the most important thing that I can leave you with today is keep going, stay consistent, and those results will show up. Sometimes all at once, like they're in the baby Olympics. But if you do want to link to the academy, it's below, and also the early intervention program in your state if you are concerned with milestones. All right, guys, I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye.